So hello fellow coin collectors, this is Glenn from Gourmet Coins and Banknotes, and today we're just going to have a little review of the 1926 Australian florin. Now this is going to be not too long a video, I hope, but in it we're going to go through mintages, valuations and any errors or variations you can actually get with the coin. But the first thing is that this year is actually the first year of the Manders and Twibble counterfeits, and they are coins that are actually, I believe they were pretty much silver, but they were just a counterfeit and not an official product of the Royal Australian Mint. And those coins are actually very hard to come by, and I would go as far as to say that those counterfeits are probably worth more money than the actual original coin because of what they represent, and because the supply is very low and the demand will be, well, pretty high, because stuff like that is pretty collectible in the numismatic community. Okay, so this coin is actually, it weighs 11.31 grams, it's 28.5 millimeters. It's 92.5% silver and 7.5% copper. So it's not 100% silver. At the time, a shilling weighed a fifth of an ounce, and silver was worth 1 and sixpence, or 1 shilling and sixpence per ounce. And that actually would have been enough silver, so 1 and sixpence would have been enough silver to make 5 shillings and sixpence worth of coins. So obviously at the time, this did not have its coin value in silver. And that's probably been the same for probably hundreds of years beforehand. Because as you know, or if you don't know, over time, coins get debased because they actually like to reduce the silver in the coin, but actually keep its value. People found out about that, and then they would adjust their prices accordingly. And that's why we have current inflation, because there is no precious metals in our coins or backed by banknotes, so inflation occurs because that's ingrained into the economy. So anyway, let's talk about this actual coin. So this coin is a mintage of 2,487,000, and for a coin of this period, that's actually mid-range. It is actually not a low minted coin, which actually would be lower than 1 million, and it's not a high minted coin, which is actually only 4 or 5 million coins. So overall, you know, compared to now, this is actually a pretty scarce low mint coin. Now, I shouldn't say scarce, because it's actually quite easy to get, so it's very common. So that it's probably scarce in high grades, because while there might have been proofs that's actually issued, there was only like 1,000 or 2,000 of those. But uncirculated ones are actually harder to get because, well, they're uncirculated and a lot of people wouldn't have actually got them. I remember my grandma saying in the 40s she only got paid 8 shillings for her pay. And male wages, I think a dock worker during the Second World War was only like £7, and at this time it would have been at least half of that. And so really, and a lot of people lived in poverty a lot higher than what they are now. So a lot of people wouldn't have actually kept their coins. And as you can see, it has the first coat of arms used from, I believe, 1911 to, or 1910 to 13. That's just from memory. But it was kept until 1936 in coins. And this coin is actually pretty worn. Don't worry about the information around the side, mostly, especially the price, because that's how I actually brought the coin. I didn't put this information on the actual coin. But this coin is actually in fine grade, and in fine grade it has a book value of it says $20, but I would say probably about $10 to $15 in fine grade for this coin, because book value is actually not reflective of the market at the moment. And if we have a look at the other side, you can see, yeah, it's probably fine condition. If it was in a very good, actually have a lot more wear. So what are the errors or variations that you can find in this coin? Well, there are no variations, and a variation means a deliberate design alteration that changes something on the coin, or like the number of beads, or I don't know, the actual date. And actually this one doesn't really have, it doesn't have any of that on this coin. But another curious thing is that these coins actually minted in Melbourne and Sydney. So Melbourne had a mintage of 2,772,250, and Sydney had 415,000. And as of yet, we have not been able to identify differences between those two mints, because apparently Melbourne produced the actual dies for the manufacture. But if anyone can actually find that information, that will be very interesting. I would say there could be, but there also could not be. And then we have the errors. So there are not that many errors that have been found so far on the actual coin. On this side, we have our doubling of shilling. So if you see doubling of shilling, that's one thing to look for. There's a die crack through RIN of florin, so it should actually go like a semicircle. That's pretty obvious. This one doesn't have it. There's another die crack that goes straight through it, and another die crack that actually goes, you know, right around from florin all the way to shilling. And they're pretty obvious. So if you actually get one of these coins, those are the first things you should actually look for. And then on the back, there is just one variation that we know, and that's with the FD. So if you've got FD there, so the lower F of the F is actually missing. So obviously it's on this coin. So this coin doesn't have any errors apart from being well circulated. That's called post-mint damage, as you can see. So in this grade, I said about $15 or something like that. If you want to get one that's in uncirculated, I'm just talking about uncirculated, not choice uncirculated or anything. You're talking at probably at least $1,500 to $2,000. And if you want one in extremely fine, probably at least $200 to $300. So because the reason why those prices are high, and this probably goes for all the florins of this series, is, as I said before, because not many were actually kept in high grade. And those coins, well, are pretty hard to come by. And quite obviously, a person actually will want to get their money's worth, so they would charge a high price. But if you want to get a coin like that, I'd actually prefer to get one graded. Anything over $100, I prefer to get graded. I haven't got any yet because I'm just focusing on low value denominations that majority of people have. But sooner or later, I will start increasing my collection value of coins, because graded coins is how you retain, well, at least some value on the actual coin. But you know, sometimes coin values go backwards, like they have since 2008. But anyway, you need to learn about all this and be able to discern what is a good buy and what is a bad buy. So I will leave it there, and I thank you very much for watching my video. I hope you like this coin. I actually quite do. And just keep having a fun time coin collecting, because that's why you enjoy this hobby, because it's a hobby and you enjoy doing it. Some people do it for money, but they are very few. Anyway, I'll leave a link down below to Australian coins if you want to look for a 1926 Australian florin. Not too hard to get. Most of them are actually in this grade. And yeah, just keep collecting, and thank you very much, and have a awesome coin collecting time, people. Thank you, and bye bye.